And we're back with some more oxygen not included on Oasis. And today we are going to introduce this subsurface ocean storage container to the magma biome at the bottom of the map. Probably not a smart plan, but I've been meaning to do this for a while, and, well, I'm waiting on isoresin. So since I'm waiting on isoresin, let's boil an ocean. Or I'm pretty sure this whole ocean will boil to steam. But we're going to take some safety precautions so it doesn't destroy the whole base. I know, boo, safety precautions, but I would like to finish my game without having it all turn into a giant steam map. So at the moment, I'm just going to, this will be our chamber where we connect everything together. I've got some doors put in place already, and we're just going to wall in some sides, and then I'm going to get rid of all the gas. Don't want any of this gas in here, and then once we've gotten rid of all the gas, we'll start removing the floor until we've got ourselves some nice exposed magma so we can drop some water in on top of it. You may be wondering why I'm bothering to vacuum this whole place out if I'm just going to boil everything alive and it's going to be an uninhabitable mess. Well, I do want to try and harness the steam that comes off of this. So I'd prefer to get rid of all the gases, so the only thing we have in here would be, say, water, steam, and, well, a whole bunch of salt. I presume once this all evaporates, I'm going to be left with an awful lot of salt. So I could potentially put a bunch of steam turbines along the top here and harness all the steam that comes out of this. Well, that's the sort of half plan. I'm not really sure exactly how nasty this will be. The steam might be so hot, it might be 700-800 degrees, it might be 1,000, there might be no way for me to do anything with it. I'm not sure. I'm going to seal it in and leave myself some options to hopefully exploit it if that's an option. But for the time being, we'll just skip this forward while we get all our vacuuming done. This is not the first I've been starting at doing it. I've been doing a lot of prep work on this in the background. The main prep work I was doing was just moving everything around so that there was nothing intersecting with this. So I've moved all the power wires around the side. I've put in a transport network over on the right-hand side as well. All the power, the cabling, the liquids, all the water now comes in this side. I've moved the lot of them. I just want everything so that it's not dissecting this place that's about to become very steamy. This is also sealed in, and I'm going to seal in the saltwater geyser with it. Why not? Let the saltwater geyser stay in there. That will also mean I'll have to vacuum it out, but once that's done, I can just place a brick there, and this entire bottom half of the map, or this entire liquid tank, should be sealed off. At which point, when I seal off this and open it, this whole thing should be one self-contained hellscape of steam. Then, theoretically, I should be able to get in and do work in there, so long as the... Wait, how can those dupes not get out? Please tell me... Oh, nope. One moment, I've got to take care of some of my own stupidity. And the dupes survived. Now, all I have to do is finish vacuuming this out, and that's pretty much the top half done. Also, there's a few volcanoes in here I could open up to add more steam to this area. If I wanted to turn this into a... No, never mind. They're future plans that may never come to fruition. What I really want to do, though, is finish this off and get ready to... Well, to exploit the absolute bejesus out of this. What I want to do here is... A second. I want to strip off all the top layer. I'm going to strip out the abyssalite, everything. I'm going to... Once this is a vacuum, I'm going to strip it all the way down to the magma. And then once that's all the way stripped down so there's lots of exposed magma about the place, then we'll open the doors. But not before. I want to make sure I take full advantage of this place. Or all the opportunities it provides. Anyway, I'm going to skip this forward some more until I can get some more work done on this. I've stripped out the whole area, and I've done, well, an awful lot of sweeping along the sides. I want to sweep this area out. There's still a bit of sweeping that needs to be done. Ooh, that game is getting chuggish. There's still a fair bit of sweeping that needs to be done, but at the same time, I'm just about ready to exploit this. Now, we can start getting rid of all of this junk. We don't need that anymore. And I want to just sort of peel this off a little bit at a time. We don't want to... I don't want to have any of the magma being used just yet. I want to get it as much of it cleared as I possibly can, where I only have one layer of abyssalite separating this and this area. Then remove the rest of it after I've swept everything up and have it nice and clean and ready to go. And yeah, I think this could theoretically not be horrible. Well, we'll see. This is going to be an interesting dig. I can get into quite a few places and hopefully reveal an awful lot of magma. I want to make sure that first drop gives me an awful lot of steam, or at least flashes a lot of stuff. I think what I can do is I can strip off this last layer of abyssalite just at the very last second. Once I've strip mined everything out and swept it all up. Up here, most of this is all done. We've got this hole sealed across the top. This whole thing sealed across the top. And as well as that, I've put in a bunch of insulated pipes here. Reason being is they can fit down some steam turbines. I haven't sealed this up yet. I have remembered that's got to be done. It's just I want to sweep up the last of the gunk that's over here. Once this is all swept up, this place is all spotlessly clean. Yeah, then I'm going to seal it in. Then we're going to drop then we're going to drop the water and see what happens. Though I do want to change that from a hydro sensor. I want to make that something a little bit more appropriate for the occasion. Over in the top left here, we've put in just a little bit of automation to manage the doors. It's a big red button. There was a comment from, was it Rubnik Monat in the comments, and he was like, when you were launching those rockets, you should have used a big red button and a glass window. Well, I didn't put in the glass window, but I put in the big red button. All I have to do is get a dupe to stand on that, and that'll open the doors, which I've just realized I haven't stripped out the backing on those yet. You know what? I'm going to have to let them in there and strip that out. Okay. But down here, we have stripped out so much of the obsidian and all that. I know there's some heat in there, but that's gone into my steam room. That'll be fine. That'll be absorbed by the industrial sauna. But what I want to do now is just as we're starting this up, I'm going to strip out this and then slowly strip this all back so we have as much magma revealed as possible. I'm curious to see if the water falls straight through the magma and then hits the bottom and flashes to steam, because liquids usually don't interact with anything when they're passing through something. So I think I might be able to get the water to go all the way down here and then flash to steam and then might honeycomb this area. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see how it works out. Anyway, I'll just dig this all out and we'll get ready for some more not prep work. I want this just started. You know what I mean? I want to get this built. So we're going to dig out here. I'm going to start there and maybe dig out here. I'm going to slowly see how much of this annoying abyssalite and, well, not abyssalite, abyssalite and obsidian I can get rid of without getting my dupes incinerated. Preferably not incinerated. Yeah, there we go. Keep you. No, get out of there. Get out of there. You know what? I'll skip this forward a bit while I quit. Don't stand in it. They seem to have this thing where they always run back to exactly where they were to complete the same action they were just doing a minute ago. So you have to move them so far away that someone else takes up the action so that it resets where they stand to do it. All right. Anyway, I'll skip this forward as I slowly but surely mine this out. This feels like one of those really, really dangerous projects, but it's not that bad. I just got to make sure no dupes fall. If they fall into the magma, I don't think I can build a ladder in time to get them out before they're unconscious. Yeah, this does not feel in any way dangerous at all. It feels perfectly safe. My dupes will be fine, just fine. So I may be going a little bit overboard on this. What I'm trying to do is just scrape out just a little bit of extra space down here so I can get all this magma to flow down. I want as much magma available for the initial hit as humanly possible, or dupulently possible. So I'm putting my dupes in, getting them occasionally a little bit scalded, just a tiny bit, but not too badly. I mean, I'm not the worst overlord in the world, but I am getting down here slowly but surely. There's a few minor scaldings, like get out of there now. See, they're minor scalding. They'll be okay. They'll be fine in a day or two. But I'm just going to do a little bit more work here, and then we can start dropping some water. That is as much as I'm willing to risk. Several of the dupes got a bit of a scalding, but nothing serious. No one ever went below 75% health, or they never lost more than 25% of hit points, so it wasn't the worst. So now I'm just going to finish opening this up so we can finally drop the water. Ooh, though, yeah, that was interesting working with magma. I learned a lot about how far you can push things before dupes will start getting injured, and, well, always use obsidian for your ladders, you know, just the usual. Anyway, we'll just cut out a little bit more of this, and we'll drop it. We are ready to rock. I've got all of the magma up here. I've saved the game at this point, so I'll include the save game at this particular moment with the video. So if you want to go in and download it yourself, and maybe perform this whatever way you want to do it, go for it. Though do remember to seal up this wall. I forgot to seal up this wall before I saved it. You know what? Maybe I'll resave it at this point. That might be safer so that people don't accidentally steam themselves to death. Game saved. Everything ready to go. We'll allow dupes in here. I didn't want any dupes coming in here beforehand because, they might accidentally set off the apocalypse before the time was right. You can move there. Bert, was it? Yes, Bert, you will be the one performing this action today. Okay, let's see what happens. Now, you may be wondering why I'm using bunker doors instead of just regular doors. Presentation. They look way cooler. They move slower. It's more dramatic. I mean, what else is there not to like? Plus, they're bulkier and more awesome. Yes. I'm really curious to see what happens if the water hits the bottom. And, you know what? Let's just take a moment and enjoy this. Yes. Okay, that is glorious. That is absolutely glorious. I want that to be a screensaver. Wow, okay, that is not making as much of an impact on the magma as I thought it would. Wow. Dear Lord. You know, the game is handling this quite well. It manages the game physics awesomely. I really wish I had a theme song for this. I don't know, but as the wetnings go, this is pretty damn it. Okay, it is really doing almost nothing to that magma. The magma is just laughing that off. Wow. What's the temperature of that steam up there? Only 100 degrees. That's fine. Pressure's only 10, 20 kilos. That's also fine. Hey, I think well, the save game file is there. You can play with it yourself. I'm going to skip this forward a bit and see what happens because the steaming seems to have stopped. I might want to start installing temperature shift plates, though I'll have to put an access point for my dupes so they can get in here. This whole place is currently inaccessible. Okay, I'll skip it forward a bit and we'll see how this works out. Yeah, I can't help but just enjoy this. The water is just pouring down all the way down here, flashing to steam, rolling up, and it's just a constant rolling in of water. And I'm ending up with lots of clean water. If you want to clean salt water or brine really, really quickly, I mean, this seems to be doing an amazing job. I'm getting lots and lots of water way faster than any desalinator ever could. I mean, you would have to run a lot of desalinators to keep up with the amount of desalination that's going on right here, right now. Well, yeah, I'm just going to have to find out some way to cool that all down. What's the steam at? Still 100 degrees. Some of the salt is turning into liquid salt and then flashing back and forth. I mean, just down here, was it salt gas, molten salt, salt gas, molten salt? Yeah, it turns out some of the salt got in here and now it's causing some sort of weird physics things to go on. As in it falls down here, flashes to salt gas, comes back up, dumps a bunch of heat into the water and falls back down again. We still only have one layer of igneous rock going on here. Oh, damn. But still, that is just... I think, considering how little of a dent it's made so far and how much of the water has been eaten, I think it's going to steam a lot of it. This will eat it all. This looks like it's taking too long. I want to get some duplicants in here to help out, let's say. So what I've done is I've built a liquid lock over here. You know what? And before I do it, I'm going to double layer it just to make sure that my duplicants can get in and out, you know, in a safe manner. Well, as safe as it can be when you're entering a steam turbine area. But I'll just do this up and then we can go in and do some modifications inside. Now you might notice that I've got these metal tiles I built in here. I built them at an angle at first, just to get these in place without letting any steam out. And this is allowing me to dump heat into the visco gel. If I don't heat up the visco gel first, it might end up with water blobs collecting on it and breaking my seal or my lock. So I don't want that. So what I'm doing is just allowing the heat to flow through and preheat my visco gel lock before I go in. Just a minor precaution. Now, I'm thinking I can go in here and this side is doing quite well. The water seems to be eating its way in here and destroying all the magma. What I would like to do is help out a bit on this side. It seems like it's not going quite as well on this side of the map. So what I'd start now, that's igneous rock, obsidian, there we go. I want to maybe dig a ladder segment down here. Yeah, we could dig down here and maybe dig across. Yeah, but first we'll just finish this off and get in here. The duplicants have arrived. Where are they? Oh yes, they've ran in here. They're now... Okay, I'm sure this is definitely against work and safety and all that stuff. But you know what? It's still pretty cool. So let's just go across here and see what happens. I want to just give more space and dig everything out. No, I don't want to dig that out. I don't want any heat touching that. It could boil my oil tank up there. Let's leave the abyssalite in place. None of them are getting scalding warnings either. This seems to work. Oh my god. Are any of you feeling mildly uncomfortable about this? Anyone? No? No? Okay, that's good. That's good. We've got plenty of heat absorption right here to keep the duplicants nice and safe while they work along in these slightly unusual conditions. Oh, no one fall. No one's allowed to fall. Yeah, I'm going to be very careful with this. Okay, I'll dig this in and see how far I can get away with this. This feels entirely bizarre. Normally when you're dealing with magma, you can't have any gases in there or liquids, but it seems if you have enough liquid to absorb the heat, your duplicants can work quite safely. Okay. So I'm just digging through here and exposing as much of this magma as possible so I can spread the ocean in there as well. This side is doing just fine. The game engine's still holding up quite nicely. That's a weird grade. How much steam is in there? Not that much. I thought there'd be more. Well, okay, there's 2,000 kilos of steam in spots. Fine, a whole bunch of steam is ending up trapped in there and it's not resurfacing up here, but that's fine. We can go in here as well and yeah, that's also freezing that out. I'm going to keep digging this down. I think we can do some proper damage to this biome from in here. With this much localized cooling, and by localized cooling I mean an ocean on top of you, you can do some crazy stuff with magma. Like what we can do here is, what happens if we just dig all of that out? What should happen is immediately after you dig it out, it'll form more tiles as more and more magma just solidifies in the way. And then you can just keep digging and digging and digging. Well, that tile should almost form immediately. Yeah, there we go. Now we've got another tile to work with. Oh, there's a couple more. And you can just keep going and going and pushing the magma back. And every time you dig these up, of course, you're having the mass. So, okay, we're killing some of the heat, but I'm not really doing this for the heat. I'm doing this for... yeah, I'm just doing it, I suppose. Dear Lord, that's brilliant. Okay, I'm going to see how far I can dig into this area, this side. I want to see how deep I can get into this magma section because I don't think I'm going to be able to cool all of it. Well, maybe. The ocean's still holding up pretty good. I don't think the ocean's going to... Oh, who got scalded? Someone got scalded. Oh, it was Gary. They probably hung around. Okay, I may have dug in just a little bit too far that side. Anyway, I'll skip forward some more and see how much more damage we can do to this magma biome. I think I'm going to turn the whole thing, like I think I might just turn the whole magma biome into a giant liquid tank. I mean, yeah, just hollow out the whole bottom of the map and just store the ocean in there. Well, I'd have to solidify the ocean again. Actually, maybe I could freeze the ocean. No. Plans for another day. Anyway, I'll just continue on here. With the backing of an ocean, you can do quite a lot of digging. I cleaned out this side and leveled off the rock. I also cleaned out quite a bit of this side and I'm forcing my way through. I just broke open this section here to let some of the magma out. And now currently the steam, the ocean is fighting with the magma. I'd really like to get across and drain as much heat out of here as possible. Also, I think I could turn this entire area into a steam room, though my steam up here is only about 100 degrees. But there is an awful lot of heat left down here, like a lot. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to cut the episode short here. I got kind of greedy and was playing around in the background and maybe made a little video that I spent way too much time working on. So I'll put up a little 2-minute video of just to do with this boiling of the ocean. But apologies that we're cutting it short today, but other things got in the way. Hope you enjoyed and good luck.